Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is episode 275. 2 and 3/4. 2 3/4.
2 3/4? Are we going to Hogwarts like 3/4?
Is that how it is?
9
I don't know
3/4?
anything about Hogwarts. If you're a Harry Potter fan, don't try to get me to converse because I will just agree with everything.
We should have some butterbeer on the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
That's a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah, I
think
did
you have
see
to
it
go
at
to,
Universal.
Like Universal.
Yeah.
Is it Universal
Yeah.
Studios?
Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff.
You've had it?
Had some. Yeah, I had some. It's readily available. You know, you're going to pay $9 for either a regular Coca-Cola or a butterbeer. You might as well get the cool novelty. So I did.
$9.
I don't know if it's $9. It's expensive, you know.
We have a trip to Disney coming up in the next few weeks, and I had a couple of cocktails or whatever, and I was like, you know what? We were going over like the nice thing about like trips or whatever, and we've talked about this before, is if don't spread them out, like spread out like when you pay for it, like be it a cruise or whatever. That way you don't get the millions of dollars shell shock like right when you get there. And that's a nice thing with like how they do all of this stuff. Like we already bought our Disney tickets, but I go, I don't even care how much it is. And she goes, and my wife brings up her phone and she's like, I need to get that on camera. And I was like, whoa, let's slow the roll. But, cause I guess I'm going to be sticker shocked by beer and food. That it's just going to be.
Well, yeah, you'll be sticker. I remember.
Egregious.
Well, I think that at Disney, I vaguely remember not being sticker shocked because I expected it to be so high.
Yeah.
And they had fixed some things that previously, like there was my uncle has this book, my Uncle Steve, I've shout to him who doesn't listen. He has a book that's like the secrets of Disney.
Yeah.
And this book was written like pre-2010, so it's pretty old. One of the things was that they purposely make the water fountain water taste slightly different. That you're like, So you buy water. You'll buy bottles of water. That wasn't my experience. The water was fine. You could fill your bottles at the water fountains. I think it was true. I think there was some evidence that was true at one time.
I've thought about bringing like a Camelback or something. Like I have like 3 Camelbacks.
Yeah, if they'll let you in, yeah, go ahead.
Why not? Because you're allowed to bring bags.
Oh, okay, then you're good.
And then you're speaking of Disney and books and stuff like that. One of my favorite pieces of Disney trivia is that Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc?
You know who Ray Kroc is?
Yeah, McDonald's.
Him and Walt Disney were ambulance drivers together during World War I.
Wow. I didn't know that. There's an HBO movie about Ray Kroc, but I haven't watched it yet.
The Founder,
yeah, with Michael Keaton.
It's actually, it's quite good. It's dramatized a little bit. And I think, did we talk about this last week where McDonald's isn't in the business of making food anymore? It's a real estate company.
We did not talk about this last week.
Then who did I talk about that with? But anyways,
that's what Founders is about.
Yeah, Ray Kroc and Walt Disney were ambulance drivers together during World War I.
I did not know that. World War I, holy shit.
Right?
You don't hear a lot about World War I.
No, the big one.
The big one.
That's what they call it.
There's been some really great World War I movies recently, though. The 1917, awesome. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yep.
Really, really good. The new one. Haven't watched Founders.
Forrest Gump.
But Michael Keaton, he's been reprising a lot of roles.
Again, he's a darling. I'm excited for Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
I found out the hard way that my wife has never seen Beetlejuice 1, so we've got to watch that. So Beetlejuice.
I think my wife hasn't watched Beetlejuice either.
And then
no, she has watched it.
The Michael
watched it together.
He was obviously the lone bright spot for the Flash. Or the Flash sequel.
That's what I'm hearing.
But his highlight of the last couple of years was when it was the Academy Awards, when it was Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they were talking about, because they were both Batman villains, Mr. Freeze and the Penguin, and Michael Keaton was and he's looking back at them, and they like, obviously it's rehearsed, but they were doing smash cuts back and forth, and he's just stoic, and they're like, oh, they said, oh, we'll get you, and then Michael Keaton just does. It was awesome. Like
awesome.
I would buy all of them. Michael Keaton in talk or in the discussion of being the best Batman of all time.
Yeah.
There's definitely camps on that. As far as enemies of Batman, no one's going to argue that the Penguin or Mr. Freeze were in the upper echelons of amazing.
But what's so Mr. Freeze at least is one of those things that became, fine wine. It's become better with age because of its kitschiness.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's fun to watch now. All the puns and stuff. The Penguin, not so much. But Danny DeVito has become somewhat of... He has a cult following because of It's Always Sunny and a few other...
Twins.
Yeah, Twins. Yeah, Michael Keaton is... I think his Batman film was certainly edgier than all of the ones that followed it until Christian Bale. But...
Yeah, it wasn't as glossed over. Like you said, it was a Tim Burton movie without being the typical Tim Burton, esque fantastical type stuff. But it had like that raw and that grittiness.
It was raw, and he was a vigilante where they didn't necessarily hide the fact that this is dangerous and possibly violent. Whereas I think once they got to like Val Kilmer and George Clooney, it was more like just wrap them up with your
Batarang.
Yeah, thing, and that's it. And then you run away like as if all problems are solved because the guy got tied up. It went like more Adam West style without the bams and pows. But anyway, yeah, I had a big thing to say at the beginning, but you know what? It was better. Not a big thing. It was like, you remember how I used to just have like a phrase?
Yeah, the phrase that pays?
The phrase that pays. It was going to be funny, but I'll save it for the next time. It'll still be funny.
So you'll know it, you're just stifling it until next time.
Yeah.
When the moment...
It just doesn't seem appropriate to bring it up now.
Okay.
It was just like a funny phrase. So I'll instead transition to Yellow Springs Brewery 11th anniversary was this weekend, and I happened to be there because my band was playing a show next door, and they made...
Oh, you had another show.
Yeah.
I knew about the first two. I didn't know about this one.
Oh yeah, sorry. It was on Facebook. I didn't really share it on Facebook this time, and it kind of crept up on me. But anyway, yeah, we played same place as last time, and but we did try their 11th anniversary beer, and I must say,
what was it?
It was very good. It was just their 11th anniversry beer, and it was a stout, barrel-aged.
Oh, a stout, okay.
People there were describing it as having like a caramel undertone. No, it was Hershey's chocolate. It tasted just like Hershey's syrup. I don't know what Yellow Springs says about it. Maybe I'll look it up on Untapped before the next segment. But it was like drinking Hershey syrup. It was perfect. It was more Hershey's than the Yingling Hershey's.
And wow,
they did a better job. It was, if that's what they were going for, they nailed it.
But what was it called? Just 11th anniversary?
Yeah, 11th anniversary, yeah.
It's interesting. So Yellow Springs, Toxic, and Warped Wing were all within 9 months of each other.
Yeah. I feel like Yellow Springs, I wish we could, maybe we should try to get them on the podcast. I just have not had a lot of like positive interactions with leadership at Yellow Springs. I don't know if that makes any sense, but every time I've gone there and there's been somebody who has like a stake in the brewery, they're almost like dismissive.
Defiantly, what's defiant opposition? Defiantly
Maybe.
Yeah, that disorder. I'm not saying they have a disorder by any means, but they make a point to not be like. Obviously, our best interaction is probably Jason down at Cricket, who's more than accommodating.
Yeah, so accommodating.
Everything. Like,
and Yellow Springs doesn't have to be accommodating. They have plenty of fans, plenty of customers.
Yeah.
Just seems like, they're just dismissive.
Dismissive.
That's really the only word I can use. They just don't. They don't care about one person. It's the group they care about. Are we getting what we want from the group? I don't know.
You know what?
That might not be them. Maybe we need to talk to them.
I thought of another thing while you were bringing that up. We should have started this episode silent because it's the first one back since.
I was going to ask, like, is this supposed to flash or anything?
Yeah, no. So flash is when it's on mute.
Okay.
But I did a tech check and I spent like 20 minutes going through
Yeah.
updates and finding out what was good because I was fiddling with it and everything like that. So for the Chuggalos at home, what happened is OBS updated and it defaulted the mic to default, and that's the mic that's on the Surface, which is the recording device that we use. So the mic was far field away, but it's just a cheap integrated mic. So the fuck up was completely on me.
All right, that's okay. Everybody has survived the hiccup.
Yeah. God, it sucks because with the there was so much good. You say that about it, but like that one with the gimmicked beer, and doing a side by side, like we did a bunch of brand new things.
And I didn't tap a can on the table one time.
And we didn't it was so quiet. It was so quiet. I'll see Dave soon. The interesting thing with Dave is in the same. This will come up, Dave. So just push pin this. This is going to be a little inside pool. He's like, hey, when are you going to be up? And I told him when I'm going to be up. And then a couple days go by, and I'm not gonna. Maybe I should bring it up because he's going to have the. I'm just shooting off the hip here, and he's like, hey. Are you still in Minnesota? And it wasn't those dates, and it wasn't like we had to scroll up and we were talking about arithmetic or geometry or anything like that. It was literally 2 text messages up. Yeah. And it wasn't at all those dates.
Yeah, well.
Hilarious. Bad story, but Dave and I will laugh about it.
Yeah, you'll laugh about it. I get what you're saying though. That does happen. Like, but with us it happens too because whatever the text is never made it to the recipient.
Yeah, so this. Oh, maybe he didn't see the text.
Maybe because that's happened to us.
But that's
before.
an Apple thing. I don't think Dave's an Apple.
I was like, hey, yeah, I am coming. Yeah, I am coming Saturday. Remember, I told you, and you're like, nah, you didn't say anything. And I screenshot it. But that could happen.
The one thing I was going to talk about, we can table it for another time, was coolers. But I'm going to table that.
You want to table it?
I want to table it because it was going to be. Well,
coolers are cool.
Coolers are cool. That's going to be the episode title. Let's talk, and we'll get into the beer because did you kill that Miller Lite too?
I killed it. Yeah. You want to start? Oh, yeah.
So, $4.50 now is selling 4 packs of like mixed variety pack is what they call it. Anyways, so this one is watermelon cherry. These are just XLs, I believe. Yep, XLs. Triple berry tropical punch. I haven't opened it yet. And orange splash. The reason why I bring it up is everyone is turned off by the price point because they don't want to commit. So if you go to a store or whatever, sometimes they'll let you mix and match, but a lot of people just want to grab. They don't want to have a discussion. This one's only $24. So that's $6 a beer, which is probably as cheap as you're going to get for slushy beers. Correct me if I'm wrong with.
That's about right.
You're going to get.
I don't think you're going to find it.
You can get their IPAs, but so anyways. I know it's more, but they had multiple variety packs. So I'm just going to try to see these every time. But again, so then that way you can find out what flavors you like.
That's awesome. That seems like a prime example of a brewery and a company altogether that is listening to the feedback.
Yeah, probably us.
Probably us. They're probably, $4.50 is one of our biggest subscribers.
I haven't seen a $40 4-pack because 2 years ago they were all that's all that they did. I think Taco Party was a little bit more expensive at $9, but everything now has dropped down. So 23. A lot of the smoothies I'm seeing with Polyjuice and Black Widow are both under 30 for a 4-pack. So
I wonder why. I wonder if they're getting better supplier prices or fruit prices have come down because they do use real fruit, or if they just were like, we got to take a loss on some of this beer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully it's not the loss.
Let me know your theories down below. Juggalo Mom responded to the hot Kenny's talk from last week.
Yeah, I still don't know what that place is, but she does.
She said, great fish fry.
This should have went.
Well, we were there on Friday.
We should have went to the fish fry.
Yeah.
We ready?
Fish, yeah.
3, 2, 1. This is a new variant of my favorite beer, Cali Creamin, Peaches and Cream. Now, we've tried peaches on a lot of things. So I'm hopeful this doesn't disappoint. And the worst part is that I'm allowing myself to be disappointed here, so that I can't claim that I never had it or something.
Was this some of the stuff you keistered on your way back?
Yeah,
Mother Earth.
So the next bunch of beers, we're gonna go from California all the way back to Ohio on these beers. I got California today, 2 beers from California. Then 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have Arizona and New Mexico. Then we're going to have 2 from Oklahoma, because I don't think I bought one in Texas. Then Missouri, and what's the last one?
Is Oklahoma, do I get a guess? Is it Prairie Artisan?
I don't know.
Actually, you don't?
Well, yeah,
we'll be
I don't
surprised
remember,
together.
But I'll look. It might be Prairie Artisan. Let's be honest.
I looked at the bottom of this can, and I thought it said alcohol 50% by volume.
It does look like 50% by volume.
Holy shit, JT! JT came over. I go, hey, you want a starter beer? And I go, I don't know what you have on tap. And he goes, yeah, they're both lighter.
Yeah, they're lighter.
50% by volume.
50%. We're about to get trashed.
Yeah.
It is 5%. And it is Mother Earth Brewing, Cali Creamin. They make a very delicious vanilla cream ale. That's like their standard beer. That would be their version of the Rhinegeist Truth, where that's what everyone buys. It's available in 12 packs, 6 packs, and all that. Well, they have an orange cream ale that is very good. We've had that. I gave one to Matt. We didn't have it on the podcast though. And then this one is new. I saw this when we were in California. Of course, I had to buy it. So now we've had a lot of peach this year. It seems to be like the summer of 23 to the summer of 24 seems to be the year of peach, but poorly executed in most cases.
I have one bleach left. I'm thinking about making it
Congrats.
collector, and then I still have a case, unopened case of Blapple.
Yeah, me
and that's
too.
a weird thing. We both have been reached out. Like, we've commented on Blapple forums, and there's a bunch of weirdos out there that have this keistered, and they're like, we'll send it to you. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to, like, deal with, like, I
Sending
appreciate...
a 30 case?
Yeah, sending a rack or something. And I appreciate, like, their lean forwardness or whatever, but I don't even want to get to the point of, like, what they're charging for it or shipping or anything like that. It just seems sus.
Yeah, it does seem sus.
I think that's what the kids say is sus.
Sus, yeah. They're trying to get money from you. People get ripped off all the time. Yep. The pre-internet days, people were still getting ripped off, but
you have to work the.
You gotta work harder for
it. You definitely do not have to work as hard for it.
Yeah. All right. So peaches and cream, Cali Creamin. I've got some sips here. 5%.
Where's the? I know you've talked about them. I know they're out of California. Where in California are they out of?
Well, let's see if it's on the can because I don't remember. It's Vista and Nampa, Idaho.
That's got to be the hops.
So Vista, California. It just says brewed and canned by Mother Earth Brewing Company, Vista, California, and Nampa, Idaho.
Oh, so they are dual location.
Contains lactose.
Oh, yeah, I can get the this is going to be a beer where I'm going to go out on a limb. The lactose is welcomed.
Yeah. Yeah. Delivered expertly. It's getting warm. Not the beer, the temperature.
Yeah, so yesterday we, for the Mole people, 275 episodes in, we hit 81 yesterday. And it wasn't supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be much more temperate and rainy. So we got all of our projects done around the house. Gutted the garage completely. Pressure washed the garage. Washed both walkways. Put everything back into the... And it was funny because I've got a picture, and I'm going to show JT because I need his reaction. And I'm not going to say anything. Sorry, Stacy. I'm just going to get his initial reaction.
All right.
So describe, JT, to the Chuggalos what you're seeing.
I'm seeing two girls on a ladder.
No, two girls on two ladders.
Two ladders.
Yeah.
One of which has a stick.
Yep.
A branch.
So they're not wrestling, but...
Oh, okay. It's
not a ladder match. I'm not gonna,
It does look like a ladder match.
My kids are in the picture. So they made a fort out of everything. We pulled out shoe racks, totes, and everything.
Smart.
And they're making forts.
Yeah.
And they put chairs in their forts, and it was awesome. And while the wife was pressure washing, and I had a pile of stuff where she goes, "You need to figure that shit out," like and tossing stuff or whatever. My bowling balls were in that pile, which makes me sad. But. The interesting thing was I sent that picture to my in-laws and they listen. Out to Chuggalo Todd. The best part is I sent it to him because I knew I'd get a rise, and they're like, "That doesn't look safe."
Yeah.
Well, there was rules. It was a 6-foot ladder. They couldn't climb all the way to the top or whatever, but they had fun.
Yeah, they're exploring. Fun. That's what matters.
And then I climbed up on the roof, and then they want to go on the roof.
Sometimes there's risk,
Yeah.
That looks like a lot of fun. I need to clean out my garage.
Your garage though is take a vacation for a week and just pick one bay.
Yeah, one bay.
Jeez, Louise, yours is an undertaking. Mine was a fun little jaunt for 7 hours.
Yeah, I could do it in 7 hours. That's way too long. I could do the whole
pressure washed. We got rid of so much.
I wouldn't pressure wash it.
Doohickeys and.
Yeah, we got to get rid of the doohickeys. That's the problem. I don't think in the whole time I've been married, I don't think we've ever used the garage for parking in. We have for
no, you guys have parked in it. I've seen
limited times. Yeah, limited times.
Are all 3 bays empty or full of stuff?
No, they're not full of stuff.
You just park in the roundabout?
Yeah. There's garage sale stuff on one side.
Yeah.
And then all my yard work stuff on the other side. And the middle one's open.
Have you guys ever had a garage sale?
No, but we're going to.
So we've never had it either. We're of the opinion, and this is not, we just don't want to go through the effort to make a couple, and people make hundreds of dollars just getting rid of their stuff and recycling, and it's a lot more responsible. We either just give it away, or especially with like clothes or whatever, because I don't want to go through and haggle with people.
Right, I don't either.
But the other thing is, otherwise, like the Vietnam vets will pick up stuff.
Yeah.
We've called them multiple times or whatever. But if it's just like a little like tchotchke or just fucking
we get
fucking pitch it.
We send a lot of our stuff to Goodwill.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll put a lot of it online for free, like the buy nothing pages.
Yeah.
But
do you have good luck with the buy free? Because I want people. Like, we put a stroller and like a kid's convertible trike bike at the... And a lady, like, God bless her heart, she was pacing up and down, and I just got done working out. And she took it upon herself to come, ding dong, like, hey, is this stuff that's next to your trash can? I was like, yeah, please just take it. Like, I'm just sweating bullets.
At least she asked.
Yeah, I just was like,
that was nice.
I don't know what the universal sign is, but I saw her pacing back. I should have opened up the window because she was like debating coming to the house or whatever. So I was like, I gotta take a shower. I can't just sit here and watch this maddening. She probably did it 15 times.
Oh yeah, she was nervous.
Yeah, just it's next to the
like,
recycling bin and trash can.
Trash, but I'm nervous to ask because that looks, trashy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, just take my.
Because
trash.
we have scrappers. Do the scrappers come through Oakwood?
So,
yeah.
No, I don't. We don't put our garbage on the curb though.
Oh,
they come down your driveway and pick it up.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I've never explained this on here.
No. I got something for.
Yeah, you got theme music for this Oakwood storytelling.
Yeah, this is why they come.
This is why we pay those taxes. They have a garbage truck that has like 2 to 4 golf carts on. The golf carts don't have a top. They have a big bucket on the back.
What?
And then the garbage truck, they attach to the garbage truck. And then the garbage truck gets to like the middle of the block, and all the golf carts go out like like a cool orchestrated thing, and they go down each driveway, throw the garbage into the bucket that's on the back of their golf cart, then do it every driveway, and then they go and dump it into the truck.
Oh, gotcha.
So we don't
like the titer.
So there's never a time in Oakwood where you'll see garbage on the street, like garbage cans, on the curb. And I think that's intentional, obviously, but that's a nice benefit.
Yeah.
But we don't get scrappers either.
Yeah, because there's nothing.
So there
left
is
to the street.
There is some downside to it, like you can't just put like something out there that people would take. You actually, but another thing in Oakwood is that the first Saturday of every month for Oakwood residents.
Sorry, Stacy.
They have bulk drop off. So if you have like a recliner or some shit that you got to get rid of, you just take it first Saturday of every month. And you just drop it off at the bulk garbage dump.
Oh yeah, see that shit all costs
pretty awesome.
Because you guys are. That's a part of like just being in.
That's part of being a
Oakwood,
resident. Of Oakwood, yeah.
Where like.
So we just dropped off a
Creek
bunch of shit.
bad.
Yeah, and it was free. Free to dump. It was cool, and they got free mulch too, if you want mulch, if you're a resident.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna get people from Indiana coming for.
No. You can't get free mulch in Oakwood.
Best.
It's not even that good. That good. It's leaf mulch, but it's free. It's a good base.
That's the one nice thing about living on the creek is when I rake my yard, everything just goes in the creek.
Oh, perfect.
Just
downstream. I hate raking.
Not my problem.
It's the worst.
I even got rid of. I had a leaf vac or
I did too.
Tow behind. That thing filled so quickly. It
wasn't even worth it. I don't know. Katie was like, why don't you? I put it in the garage sale pile. She's like, why do you not want this? And I was like, do you know how much extra work it was for me to do this stupid fucking thing? And then like it sweeps.
Yeah, the lawn sweeper.
And sometimes the sweeper is so fast that it blows the leaves over the thing that catches the leaves.
Yeah.
This is not worth it. This is stupid. I have to wind up going over the yard again anyway. So I'll just rake. Or I'll get a blower.
I'm going to say this about this beer. This might be one of my favorite beers I've had in a long time.
Wow.
And the fact that it has peach in it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And so here's I actually had to write down. I'm just writing down the third word, which is going to blow people away. So it's pleasant, smooth, and there's a little bit of chemically, but it's not off-putting.
There is.
It's not like fresh
you know what it
peach
is?
puree.
Is the chemical peach is complemented by the lactose.
Yeah.
It's made better by it. They somehow figured out how to make the chemical not off-putting.
This is dangerous to the fact that I feel like I could do a power hour on this beer.
Hell yeah.
Like...
Probably could.
And it's a 5%. Typical power hour beers are like between 3 and 4, whatever, or like a Royal Rumble drinking game, or because I did win a Royal Rumble drinking game last weekend. This is dangerous. I wouldn't be pissed at buying this beer at like $20 for a 12-pack. I don't know what the price point is on
$10.
This is for a 12-pack.
$10. No, it's 6-pack.
A 6-pack. Okay, so I'm right there.
So yeah. I didn't hear the 12-pack part.
This bush bleach. Take some notes.
Take some notes. Don't do bleach. Do peaches and cream Busch Light.
And maybe the cream. So it's a little bit different. It's enhanced a little bit, and that the fact that it's cream ale and it's just an excellent pairing with the lactose or whatever. Even though I exclaimed that it's not a peach puree, I don't think that it would work. Because how do you suspend it in just a simple, without the adjuncts and everything like that? There's nothing to improve with this, even though I gave it a demerit or whatever, a discomment or whatever. This is a perfect beer, 5.0. Wow. This is fantastic. Mm-hmm. I gotta see if I can like order this online, because again, you're in a power hour. Like if we ever did a power hour.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Power hour on this. Or this? We could get like all three.
Yeah.
Just the cream ale.
Because this is your favorite beer, orange, right? The Cali Creamin.
The Cali Creamin, just the standard vanilla. So the orange creamsicle is definitely up there with like the best beers that I've ever had. The vanilla
I'll have to
cream
check
ale is for sure like my favorite standard. And like Mother Earth, I hope they hear this, and I hope maybe we'll tag them. You have to get distribution. Once you do, this is going to sweep the nation. This stuff is so good. I'm not talking about just peaches and cream, just like all of their cream ales.
This is crushable.
Need to reach the masses. I don't know why it's not available in Ohio, but it should be. It's amazing beer. Every time I go to California, I make it a point to stop and get it. And I'm glad I did, because I found that they made another variant.
So I have just the standard. I don't have the creamsicle.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I gave you one, but you might have just had it in passing and didn't log it.
Well, son of a gun.
But if not, I'll get another one and let you have it so you can rate it.
But I did have the standard, which I rated a 4.5. So this is better than the standard.
4.5 is really good. I'm glad you rated it then. There's no can art really. Here it is. It's about as uneventful as you can be, and that makes it all the better.
The star's in the can, not on the outside.
Yeah. They don't need the can art to sell this stuff. But it does have a peach, and it says peaches and cream. And then Cali Creamin logo with a Volkswagen bus and a surfboard. It's just, man. These cream ales, ever since I discovered it, I've been obsessed with it. People probably get annoyed. But I do agree that...
if you get annoyed, fuck you.
I think that...
beat it.
What Matt said about the chemical balance here is interesting, because I think most breweries... I would be interested to know whether Mother Earth knows about that off-putting peach, that fake peach flavor, and whether they just were like, let's lean into it. Let's make the vanilla and the lactose like overpower that chemical peach, and then we'll balance it out. It'll be like peaches and cream. It doesn't have the like peaches and cream, or even peaches and like, I don't know if you like cottage cheese, if that's the thing you like, but you could put peaches in that, and there's just like this flavor explosion from the peach, and then it just kind of like doles out into whatever the cream or the cottage cheese is. This has the same effect, but without like the, obviously without the real peach.
You're a real peach.
Thanks.
You bet.
They did an excellent job with this beer. I agree. 5.0 beer. It's just I can't figure out something that you could do better other than maybe like a puree, but that would change the beer like significantly. It would make it into a smoothie, and that's not what Mother Earth is all about. But that is something that would make this beer. I think it would probably make it better. But I don't know. Have you ever seen anything with a peach puree? That's probably not a fruit. It probably goes bad, I would think. If you
Festina. The Dogfish Head, that's a sour, so that's not going to have a puree in it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this is as good as it's going to get for peach beers. And of the peach beers we've had this year, which we've had many, this one takes the cake. Excellent beer, a dual 5, Mother Earth. That's awesome.
It's been rare.
It's
now
been
I'm looking
rare.
at peach puree.
I'm glad that you are at a 5 on this beer because just wasn't sure how you felt about these cream ales. Now this one I had higher hopes for this next one than I did the peaches and cream, which but I have not had the base variant of whatever this next one is. So there's no, like I've had the Cali Creamin regular. There's no.
What a cool name for a
Sournova regular. Almanac Beer Company Barrel Aged Cherry Supernova. This is out of Almanac Beer Company in Alameda, California.
Alameda.
Alameda,
That's
California.
Greater LA, right? You would just put that in the.
I have no idea where Alameda is.
I think Alameda.
I'm gonna say probably Greater LA.
Is the valley?
Let's see what the zip code is. We'll know off that. I don't know if it's on here. Is it 4?
It's its own county.
90210.
Oh shit! It's outside of San Francisco.
It's way up north. Yeah. Huh? All right. Well, that's okay. It's still California, so we're still on track for my road trip journey. So this is a barrel-aged cherry supernova.
Man, these just looking at it, I'm gonna judge this ahead of time. This could be,
This could be a contender. Is that what you're about to say? 5.1%.
I would look at these beers, and because you always judge a beer by
That's what I did.
This would be the 5.
I said the same thing.
And this is
the bigger beer I had second because I thought this is gonna be flavorful and it's gonna overtake.
Now
and it's gonna be so. Our expectations are interesting here,
and it's also interesting. Wow. Okay, I'm excited.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's bust this open. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Perfect crack. Oh yeah, smells
oaky.
Oh yeah, that is a barrel aged cherry supernova.
I got a little little ice on. I'm glad
you got some ice on it.
I'm glad that we put it like a little chunk.
This has an old school sour flavor to it. That tartness. First of all, I haven't tasted it in a while. Does it not bring you back to the old days of like Brontosaurus or whatever we had at Urban Artifact back when it was like there's something like raw about the way those sours are made.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
Back. One of my favorite stories to tell, and again, as long as we're running this podcast and we revisit that, because
that vinegar taste.
What we do now, we shared. It was a $22 or $26.
Yeah,
and we're like, this is expensive.
Oh man, what are we doing? Spending all our money on this beer?
Because that was the
we're spending
the Bobo money. Yeah, now we're like, oh, well, I suppose, but we both have spent more than that on single beers. I mean,
oh yeah. Way more.
Remember Mother's, Daughters, and Sisters, that beer that we had that you really enjoyed?
Mother's, Daughters, and Sisters. Nope.
Yeah, no, during the calendar build.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to stick around for this beer.
I'm going to stay for this beer. I see that you're buying beers. You're clearly going to drink them here. So I'm going to stick around.
Yeah, man, so that was the second Bobo. Was that 2018 or 2019? Was that 5 or 6 years ago? Because the first one was Columbus. When I say OH, you say...
It had to be the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the second one. But what year?
The second one.
Because 2020 was done, so it would have been 2019?
Had to be. Did we do another Bobo after that? Was Cincinnati
that was
the last one? Then it was 19, yeah.
I remember...
Because 2020, we were building for it. And I still have the money for it. I have some plans that I guess I'm thinking about doing. Yeah, we never did it. We finished in first place.
Yeah, I still have that email about finishing in first place, and then all of our averages and all the games that we played in, everything.
We were so good. We were unstoppable.
Um,
We'll revisit again when all the kids are older. We're gonna do it again.
It's just hilarious revisiting a lot of that stuff in my mind. This is a one-note sour, how lighthearted is a perfectly pleasant light IPA because it's a one note, and that's what it advertises it to be. It doesn't
Have you seen the new one, Hazy Hearted? I like this hearted stuff.
Yeah, so I have. It's good, but it's too sweet. You can get it on tap.
You gave me one that was another hearted one.
The 9.5.
I haven't drank it yet. It's double hearted, right, or something like that.
No, double is like one of my. That's my S tier level.
That's your S tier. What did you give me?
That was the hazy.
It's still that was hazy hearted.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still in my fridge. I haven't had it yet.
It's a 9.5, and it's too sweet.
That's a 9.5. A hazy at 9.5.
At 9.5, it's too sweet. Like
too
it just
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Not too sweet. Like
I have been saying that more than I've ever said in my life. I never think
sweet?
Things are too sweet. But I had there's a place next to Yellow Springs Brewery for those who are interested. There's a place called Tuckin' Reds, and they are distillers of moonshine. Craft, I guess, moonshine. But their signature drink is like so sweet. I can't even handle it. But it's a mixture. It's like grenadine and pineapple juice and stuff.
Shit. The one I gave you is Big Hearted.
Big Hearted. That's what. Okay, I didn't think it was
Hazy Hearted.
Yeah, Big Hearted.
That's what I said. It was too sweet. I gave that one a 3.25. It was the lightest. It was the least of the hearted series. It's the lowest score that I've given a beer.
Yeah, I like all this hearted stuff. Still haven't seen a half-hearted, but they should have.
That's the lighthearted.
Yeah. I like half-hearted better. They should have a broken-hearted. What would that be?
Double two hearted.
If you could guess what a broken-hearted beer would be, what would it be? It's got to be an IPA.
Yeah.
Because they're all IPAs.
You know what? I'm going to go the opposite of a broken hearted. Make it like a 14 or 15%. Make it just a fucking wrecker.
Make it salty, like tears. A salty IPA. Salted IPA. Sea salt IPA. Sea salt and lime IPA. Broken hearted. Boom. There it is.
I will have a double two hearted in 2 weeks. I have one in my desk up in Minnesota, and I'm going to chill that and enjoy it. That's one of those beers, like if anyone ever sees it, spend my money, I will PayPal you immediately. It's right up there with 120 minute. Like I just whatever they charge for it is not, and you can't get double two hearted in Ohio, so it sucks.
Well, that does suck. I remember when Yellow Springs made Double Boat Show. That was interesting. I didn't think it was as good as it could have been. Maybe that's why they hate me.
I'm glad that we're talking about other stuff because it's given me time to ruminate and reflect on this beer.
Yeah, this beer has a lot of old school flavor to it, in my opinion. But I don't want to taint the review there.
You don't want to show me your.
But if you do want to be in on the exclusive
taint.
Almanac beers, the VIP only beers, you could text Almanac, all caps, to 833-782-0576. That'll get you on their VIP list for exclusive access to ultra limited beer releases.
Here's my when I was just uploading the beer, and we've talked about it. We talked about how Untappd now is getting into the business of doing mail order beers. I just got from Untappd. I got an email touting the brewery. Did you drink your brewery beer yet, or are you sitting on that one? Your birthday beer.
Yep, I put it with the Goose Islands.
Fun story: the Four Locos that you got for my 40th, I took them to Chicago with the intention of drinking them. We didn't drink them because we got involved with some other stuff.
Yeah.
So now they have. Where did you buy those? Did you buy them local?
Yeah.
So now they have been to Chicago, and then they have been back, and they went back in the same place.
Those are some well-traveled Four Locos.
But. So anyways, back to my original thought is the brewery was being advertised by Untappd about joining their reserve society. So, and this is my thing. Again, if you can make it like Tavor or whatever, I want to be in Beer of the Month clubs. I really do. The thing with the brewery, though, is you get your 12 bottles or whatever. You wait for your selection to be filled. So I'm just letting them autofill it. and then they'll sell it off because I want one from each month. But I really want like another Tavor or like where I can just order and just have it show up. The shit thing about and what makes me apprehensive about ordering beer is the fact that it's all signature service. And like, what if I'm not home? Like then I just
what if you're not home?
I've got colleagues that are a part of bourbon societies, and they Walgreens has a delivery service where Walgreens will accept your mail and then you just go pick it up from Walgreens.
Yeah. The post office, you can do that at the post office. I'm not sure what the cost of a P.O. box is, but you could also have the post office sign for your mail.
I guess Walgreens, this is a free as long as you're a Walgreens member, yeah.
Oh, well, you got to be a Walgreens member.
Well, yeah, but
be a Walgreens member.
You're a Walgreens member, and then you get a 1.5 mile long receipt when you buy a greeting card. Sorry for your
I think
loss.
their receipts are reasonable. It's CVS that has the crazy receipts. But regardless, like all these pharmacies, they're like fronts for something because all of the shit that's in there is so unaffordable. Like the regular store items, you wouldn't buy at Walgreens. You wouldn't buy like an energy drink or something at Walgreens. It's like $3.50, where it's $2 or $2.50 at the gas station. Everything's just marked up slightly.
I had a C4 energy drink last week. It was a cherry popsicle.
Yeah.
It was the most disappointing energy drink
I've
had.
Wow.
There was no like.
C4
it just tastes like water. C4. Yeah, I wasn't. That was my first C4
I like
ever.
C4s. I like them all. I have a problem with energy drinks. I need them.
How many energy? I try to do like 2 a week.
Oh no, I'll drink like. Well, I've been a lot less lately, but I usually was drinking like 1 a day.
Really? I know you were a DMD guy. Did you upgrade? Are you no longer?
Oh yeah,
DMD?
I wasn't doing D&D anymore. I do still get it when I out and want something.
Favorite energy drink?
Favorite energy drink would probably be Reign Orange Creamsicle. Always Orange Creamsicle. Reign's Orange Creamsicle is amazing.
Wow.
It's like perfect. It's perfect.
Do you know my favorite energy drink?
That's a good. I wish I would have asked you now, but
no, I want.
Do I know your favorite energy drink?
I know I've had it around.
You know what? I don't know.
Sugar-free Red Bull.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, see, you knew.
I was gonna say because
I've had so many of them around here.
Every once in a while I get this taste for one.
Yep.
And I thought that was what you.
I'm annoyed. Never the 8.4% or 8.4 ounce cans. Those are annoying as fuck. I don't want them. Yeah.
Yeah, you want the big one.
I want. Me too. I want the.
But they're so much more expensive.
12 ounce.
Oh, the 12 ounce. They have like a 16 ounce. I think
they do.
$5 or something like that. Crazy.
Right now at Speedway, it's like 2 for $7.50 for those.
It's still expensive.
But I can't. The problem with my energy drinks and with all the driving and stuff, like when up to Chicago and back, I can't have them because I need to pee. So
yeah.
Because they're a diuretic essentially.
Oh, basically, yeah. Driving. I like energy drinks, but I prefer coffee when I'm driving.
Yeah, see, I don't want the energy. I just like the taste.
Yeah, I like the taste.
Make caffeine. That's why I like Voozes. Make caffeine-free energy drinks.
That's an interesting idea.
I know it's stupid. Just put all
no.
B12.
I mean, you're basically making caffeine-free Coke.
Make this into an energy drink.
Oh, that would be good. So the one thing I'll add to that is the sparkling ice. You know sparkling ice?
Yeah.
They make 70 milligram caffeine.
Didn't know that.
Now. They're not energy because that's like as much as a Coke, and they're delicious. They're awesome.
Because I think
very very good.
Coke or DMD is like 50 to 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. I highly recommend it. I don't know where they sell them. We get ours at Walmart or Kroger.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they're
Walmart.
So good.
Sparkling ice.
They're so good.
We drink bubblies. Sometimes I just need something fizzy.
That's why I drink sparkling water. Just want something fizzy with some flavor. But I don't like LaCroix. It has like no flavor to me. I don't want a hint of flavor. I want the flavor.
Yeah, and Chuggalos will know. Like, we want our palate to be driven into overdrive.
Hell yeah, that's why we do this podcast. We do a sparkling water podcast, and some of those would fail miserably.
Yeah, we'd end up drinking Wild Ohio because that's essentially the worst. I wonder if they're in business anymore. Yeah, they are. You see them?
Mm. They're still at Pat's.
Maybe we should do a revisit.
I say we just keep revisiting. 300's coming up in 25 weeks. Maybe we'll revisit it then. Gives us 25 weeks to prepare.
Have we planned that? Do we know? So that's what, just over 6 months?
Jeez, I have to do math
6
in my
months.
head
That'd
now.
be
Yeah.
October.
3 months is 12 weeks, so yeah.
October,
6 months.
November.
Boy, we got to do something great.
3 hour power hour. 21 beers in 3 hours.
21
beers.
I don't
Cali
think I could do
Creamins.
it.
No, it's
I don't think
impossible.
I could do it. I'd get alcohol poisoning. Did you know that? Well, this is a really specific thing, but there was a brewery. No, not a brewery. A distillery that like flooded a small town in like the 1800s. And there were no deaths from any of the destruction.
Yeah.
But there were 21 deaths from alcohol poisoning.
Interesting. Speaking unrelated,
They were
but
drinking out of their boots.
we were foot
Scooping
fungus
out with their boots.
trench foot of the body. We were revisiting the last WrestleMania that I hosted, and the amount of time that you spent in other rooms in the house, because we had the 120 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? And Joe goes, "I remember having this beer," and I go, "I know you've had this beer." And that was the one. I think we popped a couple of 16s or whatever, because that was 2019. We figured out when I hosted, and we were.
That was 16.
Those were 2016 120
okay.
minutes.
Oh, okay.
I still have a few of those ones left. I can do a vertical for everything besides between 16 and last year. Besides, I don't have any 20.
How much was I gone? I don't think I was gone that much.
No, I'm just saying you spent time in other rooms.
Yeah, like the bathroom.
Other
I was trying to
rooms.
shit, and then there was one time where I thought I was going to throw up.
Other rooms.
That was, I think, after the Royal Rumble thing.
The Royal Rumble drinking game. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't do a 120 minute for.
No, we didn't do that for that.
The key to a Royal Rumble drinking game, as I just relived it, is you got to pour your beer like an asshole. You just gotta slam it into a large Andre the Giant size mug.
Yeah, that was
Get
such
all
a
that-
fun time.
Get all that fizz out of there.
It was a lot of fun that weekend. Yeah, I spent some time. But anyway, all right. We have Almanac Beer Company Barrel Aged
I love
Cherry
that name.
Supernova. Yeah, Almanac's great. People don't use Almanacs anymore, but we basically have all of the features of an Almanac on our smartphones. I would say that people probably... You think the can art boner segment already?
I thought you were gonna do it.
No, I think you're up first.
Oh, you're gonna do it afterwards. By the way, this was me.
Well, I like that wall ornament.
This is me after a Royal Rumble drinking game at like 6 o'clock.
That's
But
you
in
during WrestleMania 2019.
In my defense, I cracked my first beer at 4:30 in the morning that morning. And that was at Kenny's. That was Friday. That was Kenny's.
That was Kenny's?
They also ordered $100 in pizza, and I got 6 squares. I was so pissed.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I woke
the
up.
squares suck.
I woke up at 11. I don't know where they ordered from. It was good pizza. I woke up at 11, and I was pissed off because everyone else went to bed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Where's the pizza?" And no one would answer me. And I was like, "I thought we ordered pizza, so there was nothing to eat."
It was gone.
And no, it was over on the bar, but it was out of my eyesight. So when I woke up the next morning at like 3 o'clock, then I found the pizza.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Stacy, but I was upset because I didn't get any fresh pizza. I ordered and I got six squares, and I think I ended up paying $35. So it was $4.50 pricing for not the quantity. But
Oh, yikes.
minor shit. But anyways, better communication next time. None of those guys will listen, anyways. Off the top rope. Okay, this beer is delightful. It's not perfect. But God, it damn sure is close. It's got everything. Cherry is probably the best. It's the hardest beer to screw up as a sour. Like, it's the most forgiving because who doesn't like cherries? This is a 5.1. The previous beer was a 5.0. It does got going for it that it comes in a pint can. Man, do I enjoy a peach beer more than a cherry beer? I don't know. Off the top rope, I'm going to give this a 4.75.
Wow, that's a really good score.
It's good. As a one note, as an old school, as like, I'm sure like 100 or 200 episodes ago, this would have been a 5.0. We would have gushed.
Yeah, probably.
Just so you know, a two levies will always be a 5.0.
Someday there's the can art. Not much to report in the can art segment other than some dots. Almanac. So that's kind of our segment. Thanks.
You killed it.
Cherry Sournova. I said Supernova like a million times.
Oh, it's Sournova?
Sournova.
That name's a 5.0.
Name's better than it was when I first said it. Sournova. Great. Yeah, this has like an old school feel to it because of the vinegar. I actually think it's a 2-note beer. It's got vinegar and cherry. That sour, the feeling of sour, it really does resonate at first, which is something that we're always looking for. And it's something that a lot of sours don't really deliver anymore. I think sours have started to deviate from their original purpose, and they've gone more towards the sweet candy-like beer. Whereas, and you know, we like a lot of those, but this original like OG sour,
this is
vinegar flavor is just
almost like a Berliner Weiss. Then.
Yeah,
like yeah,
it's just it's what we were looking for. It also says this is not a kettle sour, which you can tell because it doesn't have that like that sweetness to it
or that syrupiness to it that
syrup.
you get.
It's a naturally conditioned mixed culture sour ale was aged for months with real fruit in oak barrels, creating a delightfully tart and refreshing brew. I don't like when they tell you, that it's delightful.
We haven't done this in a long time. What would you pair this with, JT?
Oh, what would I pair this with? I would pair this with something salty. I would pair this with almost anything, really. I could drink this with a pizza. I could drink this with a shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
I could drink this with anything. Shepherd's pie just because it's like a counterbalance. I don't know if you like shepherd's pie because it's the tomatoes that it typically would be. I don't know. Maybe you make it differently. Not tomato, literally, but like tomato paste or sauce that goes into.
Well, that's the base for a lot of good stews and everything like that too. Okay. That's an amalgamation. So
you're okay
binder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just big chunks of beef steak.
But yeah, like when
tomato.
I drink this, I think of something like baked, something casserole, like a shepherd's pie or something like a shepherd's pie that you'd bake in a casserole dish. And
when I lived in Texas for a year. I was in the lamb capital of the U.S., so you could get a leg of lamb for $13.
Wow.
Not a pound.
I don't know what the entire leg costs normally.
I mean, you're going to pay a few, so 3, 4, I mean, that was 3.5 pounds, so, I mean, it was cheaper than beef.
Damn.
In San Angelo, Texas.
Wow.
So I made, homemade shepherd's pie.
You make gyros a lot?
I would make them more, but I can't make them... Sorry, Stacey, as good as I can buy them, I can make shepherd's pie better than what I can get around here.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Shepherd's pie is something you could always make yourself better than what you could get mass produced. Whereas gyros probably is something you can't make better than it is mass produced.
My hot take for shepherd's pie is obviously lamb because but I don't want peas.
That's the shepherd.
I don't want fucking peas in my shepherd's pie.
Oh, I don't mind the peas.
No peas.
You can't don't go overboard with the mashed potato. It should just be like a complementary layer to the beef, same size or less, same thickness or less. If you're
I see what you're saying, 50-50.
Stuffing this fucking thing with mashed potatoes, then you're basically serving me mashed potatoes with an accent of lamb, But I agree, the lamb makes it better. Whatever you mix in. The key difference, one time we had a World Cup potluck when I worked in the same place as you, and I had claimed Great Britain.
Oh yeah, this is. I don't
know what the other
story.
guy claimed, but for some reason there were 2 shepherd's pies, and mine only had 1 fucking serving taken out of it because apparently he advertised his. But I will admit, my base, I had put more thought into the tomato paste. Binding agent in the I actually made it with beef that time.
Yeah.
I put more thought into what to bind it with, and it was better.
Did you do beer braised?
I made it.
Beer based beer.
I did not
braised,
do beer braised.
Beefed?
No.
Wow.
But I had some. It was like a tomato paste, and I think it was some sort of beef broth that mixed with it. Whatever it was amazing, and I wish more people tried it. And I also broiled the top after it was baked, which made the potatoes just excellent. But anyway, Now my wife makes the shepherd's pie. She makes the shepherd's pie in the family. You know what they say. But I would have this. Shepherd's pie is great. I would have this with almost anything. Maybe not a burger, but I wouldn't turn it down with a burger. It's good beer. Just these, but for us, we could drink these with anything, and it's light. It's light enough to have with any meal.
This would be a morning beer for me, and that's one of the highest compliments.
I could drink a morning beer. I could drink this in the morning.
That's one of the highest compliments. So something I'm eating, something super savory. Mm-hmm. This would be a good savory cut. So like eggs and bacon, or like an egg bake. I've got a lot of egg bakes coming up in my future or whatever, but
I feel like, yeah, we're different in that way where my mornings are mentally, I'm awake. So I wouldn't say I'm not a morning person. I am a morning person, but they're chaotic. I'm
just saying on your relaxing mornings.
I don't settle into my day until the evening. Like that's when things start to become routine for me. Yeah. But I like the first half of my day to just be fucking madness. Just let's figure it out. Let's fly by the seat of our pants. We'll figure it out.
Like on the weekends or whatever, because I get up like an hour or 2 hours before the rest of the house. Mm-hmm. But by the time the lights on or lights up or whatever, that's when I'm like, I'm doing dishes, I'm doing all the laundry and stuff like that, and people are still waking up. I'm slinging out breakfast for everyone. Yeah.
So if I have this for dinner, then that's a compliment for me. If you have it at breakfast, that's a compliment for you. I would eat this with dinner. I'm a little less than you. I'm at a 4.5. Just because I think you got to amp up that cherry. The way that this is marketed, the way that you did the label, I think my expectation was more cherry. It is very good. 4.5 is a great score, but I just need more cherry out of it. That's my score on this beer.
Would the cherry though, like, would the cherry take away some of the vinegar then, or like it would make it almost into like that syrup?
Good question. Yeah, it might take away some of the vinegar.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be thicker. So
yeah, you need not with this.
Just a little bit more fruit flavor. But everything else comes through great. I love this beer.
It's interesting because if we're doing like a Wagons East, rest in peace, John Candy, and now California's put up a really like. I mean, they're averaging a 9.66 for their two beers betwixt the two of us.
Holy shit, 9.66. That's gonna be tough. I don't know that Arizona and New Mexico are gonna live up to that.
Well, you know what we've always said on the podcast. Arizona and New Mexico are really bastions and hidden gems when it comes to the brewing.
I heard a good take on the Grand Canyon that I think I mentioned in real time, but I hadn't thought about. Do you know who Andrew Callahan is? He's a YouTuber. He makes Channel 5. That's his YouTube channel. It's amazing. He does investigative journalism. He's very good, very smart. He was on Hot Ones.
Conan O'Brien's Hot Ones
I watched
episode.
It. It's amazing.
I
cried. I laughed so hard. Conan O'Brien has revived. He's been revived, obviously. Twitter is...
Is his show going to be a lot like Idiot Abroad? That's my hope. Because
the way he talks about it.
I want more Idiot Abroad in my life. And I feel like
he said he wants you to know less about the place than when he got there. Regardless, that Hot Ones is a classic. All-timer.
Yeah.
I mean, all-timer. He just... And it's not only is it a bit, but it's genuine because it has to be.
I didn't know spice until I grew up in an Irish Catholic household. I didn't know spice until I was 52.
Oh my god, what he did, and
he totally disarmed the host.
What makes it even more significant is that he is 60 years old in this video.
Oh yeah, Conan.
Yeah,
and he's drinking.
I mean, 100,000 Scoville just drinking it, and 600,000. I think he drank that one. Crazy.
DeBomb did stop him. DeBomb is I have stuff that's hotter than DeBomb, but DeBomb is my Achilles. Much like it, that stopped. He had like Apollo, and he was drinking Apollo. Like,
yeah, he killed it. Well, anyway, Andrew Callahan did. Just watch it. Do yourself a favor and watch it. It's hilarious. And I think that he's a person that everyone in America knows, so it'd be fine for everyone to watch. Andrew Callahan was on it, and he was asked, what is the most overrated? What are some of the most overrated places? Andrew Callahan is famous for having just like quit his job, bought an RV, and traveled the country to do journalism. And so he was asked, what's the most overrated place? And one of his answers was the national parks, which I thought was a bad answer. But his justification was that the Grand Canyon is so... To get there, you have to go through all these overpriced, overtaxed towns, which is true. And then you get there and you have to pay $20 to get in, which is bullshit. He said, otherwise it's beautiful, which I agree with. But to get there, you basically have to go through all of the problems with like a profitable... It's a national park. Why would you charge people? You don't have to pay to get into the Smoky Mountains National Park. You don't have to pay to get in any national park I've been to other than the Grand Canyon. I've not paid.
I've never paid to get into a national park because I have the national park.
Well, now I do.
Veterans.
Actually, I didn't pay to get into the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Because they gave me the national parks thing at the gate.
Yeah.
So now I get into all national parks for free. But shouldn't they already be free?
Interesting.
I don't know. But that was an interesting take, and I kind of agree. Getting there was insane. If you don't have gas, if you're coming from... I guess if you're coming from east or west, you are going to regret not getting gas earlier on your way to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, because they'll gouge?
Because
it'll
it's
be
all
California
gouged.
prices?
I mean, you go from when you're in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, it's like $2.50 maybe per gallon right now, 2024 prices. Once you get within 100 miles of the Grand Canyon, it's $3.50 to $4.50.
Oh,
California is $6.50.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy. Like, it's insane out there.
It's not more than So I'm with you there.
Yeah, but it's like when people always stress, I gotta go to this gas station or that gas station. They're across the street from each other and they're 10 cents different or 5 cents difference. Over the whole gas tank, you're only saving like $1. Is it worth it? Maybe. Not to me. I go to Shell or BP. Those are the two because their fuel cleans your tank. Doesn't matter. I don't know the science of it. All I know is that have detergent. I don't care about the dollar. But if you're going between $1 a gallon savings, that's different. Now you're saving $20 per tank. That's my argument there. Anyway, now everyone knows how large of a gas tank I have, so they'll be able to find me. Any of these internet sleuths will be able to find me based on the words I've said. I have a 20-gallon tank.
Plus, was it the silent episode where you were telling people where to send the resumes and everything to?
Yeah, send your resumes to resume@email.com.
Yep.
At email.com.
Because you guys are hiring.
Yeah, we're hiring. We want your resumes, especially if you're not qualified for the job. We love wasting time on interviews. That's my favorite thing to do. You can always tell, just like you could tell within the first minute whether a Mike Tyson fight is fake. You could tell within the first 5 minutes whether an interview candidate has a resume that's honest or not.
Favorite interview candidate for me in my professional life, guy showed up in flip-flops and shorts and gave him the time of day, gave him about 8 minutes, and I was leading up the interview, and I go, this is just not going to work.
It's not going to work.
This is just not.
I was hoping it would go the other way. He showed up in flip-flops and got the job.
Nope.
Would you, if he was...
Like Doc Potts.
If he was so intelligent that his flip-flops made sense to you, would you have given him the time of day?
I'm going to say this. This is going to be my hot take.
Were they a disqualifier?
If you've gotten all of your degrees online and it's obvious that you don't have the human skills, and I'm able to tell like in the first couple of minutes, we're just going to save everyone time.
I'm okay personally as a counter. I'm okay with the online degrees.
Yeah.
Reputability matters. I mean, because all the universities offer them now, so you still want to go to a university that has, reputable degrees. But I don't know.
There's two things I'm looking for degrees, and I'm looking for personality or personability or approachability or conversationalism or whatever when you're engaged in an interview. There's other people that I've interviewed, especially COVID fucking ruined everyone, that just want to do it over the phone, won't turn on their camera or anything like that. No,
that's a requirement for our company. You got to turn on camera, and do not have your roommates in the background if you are a college student looking for your first job.
Go somewhere, go to your library, or
go
whatever
somewhere
like that.
else.
There's hot tips.
To leave. I don't think you need to dress up for a virtual interview, but you should definitely not wear a t-shirt, like a graphic design t-shirt.
Nope, I won't.
That has like words on it and stuff.
it's a relic of the past, but it's something. It's a differentiator, because you want to display as many differentiators as possible. Doc Potts, again, as somebody that you know is an outlier.
I don't personally believe in. I believe that there's intelligence beyond appearance, but I only give them a few minutes to prove that.
Yeah, would all things considered, would somebody that's dressed up in a tie have longer of a runway than? Nope, you don't give it. Okay.
No. Here's the thing: is that where you work and where I used to also work has ruined the suit for me. Everyone who wears a full suit in that building is excluding like the chief scientists who probably have to wear it. Anyone else you see in a suit,
they're so casual now.
Everyone you see in a suit is fucking worthless. They're all PMs from some company, and they're just there to kiss people's asses. And so the full suit, I'm sorry for those who think the full suit is still worthwhile, it has been ruined. Only a few people in my life need to wear a full suit, and they are the president. I prefer my car salesman to be in a suit, at least a tie. If you're going to make a purchase that's greater than $10,000, the person selling it should be wearing a tie. But that doesn't seem to happen anymore.
No,
I polo shirts and I don't like it.
Even I have retarded a little bit on wearing a tie every day, probably in the last 6 weeks. I'll probably wear one 3 to 4 days a week. The last time I wore a suit, and you put this in your, unless you're on a beach or something, when I officiated a wedding.
Yeah, weddings are a good time to wear a suit. Certain events are a good time to wear a suit. If you walk through a building that has a casual dress code and you're wearing a full suit, I no longer perceive you as being senior leadership. I now perceive you as being worthless. You probably make PowerPoints all day, and maybe you know an Excel formula like VLOOKUP, and that's about the extent of your capabilities. Not impressed.
So they should take they should go to the lowest common denominator and just wear. What should that person do that enjoys wearing suits or a tie? Or
if you enjoy wearing suits, that's different.
Yeah, maybe they enjoy wearing suits.
Okay, fair enough. But if you're a gaggle of 5 people coming into the building, you're all wearing the same dark blue suit.
Yeah, no, that's different.
That looks terrible.
Especially if they're visiting. We have a lot of visitors to our building.
It's the visitors
who I've briefed.
I just don't.
They don't know it's a casual building. Our building is completely retarded in the last 5 years. Good, bad, or indifferent. I would say that it's a double standard too, because, and this is where women get away with a lot more. Women can get away with yoga pants.
Yeah, yoga pants at work
and open-toed shoes, and it's not a onesie or mini skirts. It's not a onesie twosie.
Yeah,
it's scores of ladies.
Yeah, I would just say that a lot of people will disagree with this, but the generational divide. I think that more people in the past did a fake it till you make it, and I'm not saying that about any specific people. I don't have any evidence of that, but I'm thinking that the higher dress attire, the better dress code, it compensated for some of the lack of technical ability. Whereas now we almost have too many technical people who are too technically proficient. The dress code's laxed, but I will say that the better technical experts have realized that their skills speak for themselves. Mm-hmm. You no longer need you can't dress like a piece of shit. You can't dress like a slob. But you don't need to be the best dressed at the office to be like, this isn't Mad Men, where the person with the best ideas and the highest salary wore the best suits. This is 2024, where the most technically proficient probably wears a hoodie and khakis or jeans. And that might be sad to some people, but their technical abilities can't really be replaced in some regard. And they know it. They know it. But there are still some people. It
seems odd to put like a 1-to-1 correlation on that too. Like, just because you're the best in your field, you can't look a little bit more presentable.
Right. But there's here's my take. I've never been comfortable in the more dress I go, the less comfortable I am.
You just need more comfortable dress clothes.
Or I just wear what I like. And I continue to perform at the level I perform at, which people seem to be okay with.
Yeah.
I no longer have to stand out because my work does that for me.
Yeah. Interesting. I just it does a lot for outward appearance.
I'm sure
And again, you're in customer site 1 day a week, 2 days a week.
2 days a week, but my appearance obviously has a consequence. But I think that I do a decent job at easing people's minds.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cobra. Cobra, he dresses really nice. He actually is probably more stylish of the three of us. And sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to make all that noise. Cobra has really good style, but people might look at him and be like, "Whoa, who's this guy?" But he proves himself with knowledge.
Interesting.
And he also brings Rheingeist knowledge to every party. That's why we like him. Just kidding. We like him for every other reason other than that. That is not actually a true fact. He doesn't bring knowledge. Don't invite him to your party expecting it. Because he won't bring it. You got any
No, I mean...
response to that?
No, we're good.
All right. Well, what time is it? I don't even know, but I have to drive to Carlisle.
You have to what?
I got to drive to Carlisle.
Oh, Carlisle.
Yeah. It's got an S in it, so we should pronounce it. With respect to the S.
Soccer tonight. And I just found out
soccer.
I'm making dinner.
You're the ref.
I didn't plan on that 15 minutes ago, so I'm making
What kind of dinner are you making?
That's why I went and got I don't have time. None of that shit's defrosted. So I didn't
keep the mashed potatoes low.
This is where the fixed versus the variable work schedule.
Totino's pizza rolls.
But that's what I got. Take us home.
Yeah, that's it. That's episode 275. Join us in 25 weeks for episode 300. Bye. Bye.